unveiling the truth behind American values, giving, networking, and real-world impact.
Actually, America is radically different than I think the media in Chinese play, and one of the reasons is because the media in China does a really, I think it's actually really evil for them to censor or choosing what kind of information people see, and especially those people are likely to be teens, likely to be kids, likely to be young adults, and there's no way for them to figure out what is like in the real world, what is like in the real life how American is actually is. I think there are certain things America do that more Chinese people should learn from. One of them is really the idea of being a giver. Like there's this book called Give and Take. I don't know if you read it, but it's really emphasized how the most successful individuals are givers. They provide value. They provide value after value without seeking for return. Because in the long term, those kind of people always win, and and that just never. That's not a thing in China. I think in China, so many business people they focus on self benefit. Like cold emailing, it wouldn't make any sense in China because nobody will reply to your cold email. And while here, you have networking event, you meet people, people want to help out, and you learn from other people. You can get mentors, while you can really do that the same thing in China. I really to make sure they understand that I want them to be this part journey because of their vision of education.
So you're 18, you're pretty young. How do you make sure that people in this game, like 10, 20 years, don't take advantage of your inexperience, so to speak, right? How do you protect yourself against that?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it's kind of really really critical thinking. Like and I mean, I'm probably doing a like a worse job than like a 30 years old, 40 years old experienced founder. But I do think I have, I can. That's kind of the point. I can tolerate the risk. Like I need to make sure.
So how does Panda make it? Like, how is Panda successful? Whatever success means for you. Like, what have needs to happen for Panda to be what you to be, what you want it to become?
Yeah. One thing. A lot of it is about value. I think everything goes back to money or successful or definition. It all goes back to how much value you can provide to how many people. And my goal in a micro view is really to build a product that can actually help every kids around the world to learn soft skills, real world skills, that things will help them to succeed in their careers through a project they actually like, they love their own project ideas, and we want our AI to help them guide them through the progress, so they don't say they quit, they don't say, oh, they spent months wasting on this thing, while the real thing to do is actually that thing. And that means without and even though they don't have much resource, they don't have much money, they don't have a good network,